Today, Phone Scoop is taking a quick look at the Kyocera X-tc for Virgin Mobile. The X-tc is a messaging-based device that has a number of neat features. Taking a look at the front, you can see a large and generously sized display. We've got some dedicated music control buttons here. Double tapping them will launch the music player, which is a nice feature to have from the home screen. And along the bottom here, we've got the Navigational Cluster and controls, speakerphone key, send and end keys, back key, and then two soft keys. The buttons all feel good. They've got nice travel and feedback, though I did think that they were a little bit squished in their positioning. And if you hold hold the phone in your hand, they're a little bit awkward to reach down here along the bottom. On the left side of the phone, we have a dedicated camera key as well as volume toggle. These feel good. They stand out nicely from the side of the phone and have good travel and feedback. Nothing along the bottom. On the right side, we've got a hatch covering the micro SD card port, a 2.5mm headset jack, and a micro USB port here. On the back, you'll notice the camera and speakerphone. It's a 1.3 megapixel camera, no flash, no vanity mirror. On the top, you've got just the lanyard loop. Looking at the full keyboard, it's a wide keyboard and it's got just 3 rows. We usually prefer to see 4 rows on a QWERTY keyboard. Even so, you've got navigational buttons that are replicated here, and the soft keys are replicated here on either side. You can also reach up and use the D-pad to navigate around when you're holding the phone sideways. But the keyboard itself feels good. The buttons have nice travel and feedback. I did think this top row was a little bit close to this portion of the phone here. I felt a little bit cramped with my thumbs, but otherwise the feel of the keyboard is good. And so now that we've taken a look at the hardware, let's take a closer look at the software. Zooming in closer, you can see some of the status indicators we have up at the top: signal strength, data connection type, which in this case is 1X, messaging, and the fact that we have a card inserted. Going to the main menu, we have the basic Virgin menu system here, which is just a grid that we can zoom around in. We've got the media player here, which gives you access to your music and some settings. We've got tools. Of course, it does have Bluetooth. You can change the wallpaper and themes of the phone, the sounds, and a number of the usual expected customizing features. We've got our contacts application here. A My Stuff folder here, which kind of is a bulk place for you to reach all of your content. Headed back here, we've got an account. We've got a nice place for you to control your account directly. We've got a camera. We'll open that application real quickly here. We'll fire up the camera app. And it's got a pretty limited number of settings. You can control basically the resolution, and the highest is 1.3 megapixels. So that's as high as you go, and you can dial it down to VGA or less if you want. We've got some the timer. You can set up multi-shot. You can turn the shutter sound on and off. You can also control the white balance, color tone, and picture quality, and where pictures are saved. And once you take a picture, it takes it pretty fast and then saves it automatically. And you can choose to erase it or send it or go back to the composition screen. Ending out of there, we'll jump back into the menu. We'll take a look at messaging, which of course is should be the phone's forte. So we've got MMS and SMS messaging, and we've also got IM. Oddly, the X-tc is limited to just Yahoo and AIM, no ICQ or Windows Live support here. And it's basically the same client you've seen on most other phones for messaging. Going back, we will look at email. Same thing. Basically, the Java-based messaging email application we can launch in here, and it's the same basic email you've seen on other phones. One thing you don't see here is MySpace and Facebook, which you would hope to, or at least expect to, find in the messaging department. Under Web, However, you will see MySpace and Facebook, which I get it. You know, they're accessed via the web, but it would be nice to see MySpace and Facebook located in the messaging department rather than the web department. But so surfing the web, we'll do that quickly. Keep in mind we're using 1x data on the X-tc, so it's not exactly snappy, but it does work. And we'll fire up the Virgin Mobile homepage here, which is basically just a quick way to launch a web search and/or jump to some specific portal content. The browser does have a number of options that you can use to control the way it works. You've got a normal screen and widescreen mode, and you've got some navigational controls here. You can set bookmarks, go to URLs, send URLs to your friends, look at your history, refresh the page, and also do a few more things like clear cookies, restart the browser, and control a few other settings such as privacy stuff here. So that's the browser. You know, it's a 1x device, so it does browse pretty slow, and that could be painful for some, but it gets the job done for many. And so that's a basic look at the Kyocera X-tc for Virgin Mobile. Offers messaging, including email, MMS, IM, and MySpace and Facebook. Has a full QWERTY keyboard that feels pretty good and gets the job done. And decent battery life, and in our experience, pretty good coverage via the Virgin Mobile network.